Hello and welcome to our full circle marketing and sales tips. This section is going to cover building confidence. I'm Tom Kellerman, one of the co-founders of Full Circle Realty. I'm going to turn it over now to Chris Mayer, the owner of Full Circle Realty, to talk a little bit about building confidence.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Tom. So having confidence is really important to show to your clients, whether it's your first day on the job or your 10 years. It's super important that you need to exude confidence. Your clients are making the biggest financial decisions of their life, and they need to be confident in you, so you need to be confident in yourself. So it's just really important to have that confidence.
Absolutely. It's all about trust, right? So that having that confidence builds that level of trust between you and the client. Would you say that's something that's important in a transaction?
Yeah, for sure. And trust is something you can have on day one, right? Like you don't need to be in the business for 10 years to have trust. Like a lot of agents when they're starting, like, how do I have confidence? I have no idea what I'm doing necessarily. You have a little bit of idea because you had some training, right? But you have no idea what you're doing. So you just need to kind of know what you're going to be confident in, and that's you can be confident that you have the value, you have trust, and also that you're going to work hard. So
definitely, and it's not just about working hard. Well, that's important. It's something where you can convey to that client that you're knowledgeable enough to have the resources you have the resources at your disposal where you can go and find those answers. So you don't have to give them an answer on the spot for everything they ask, but you can feel confident in the fact that you have, two owners right here that are able to provide you with answers. If you ask us, you have a variety of resources open to you across the web, through the Association of Realtors. All of these different resources are at your disposal, and you can use those to provide answers for your clients. It doesn't need to be immediate. The worst thing you can really do is give them an answer that is inaccurate, or you're just taking a guess because you feel bad about not being able to give an answer on the spot.
Totally. Even 10 years in the business, I don't know the answers to all the questions my clients ask, right? I can answer a lot more than I could on day one, but now I still get questions that are more focused for an attorney or a lender or an inspector. That's not my profession. But since you're the realtor, you're sort of the quarterback for all these positions, for everything. So it's super important to not feel like you need to answer a question if you don't know the answer to it. Say, hey, listen, I'll get right back to you. I'll have to ask my broker, my lender, my attorney, my whatever it is. Google is an amazing resource as well. So you just make sure you do get back to that client quickly. So
and over time, that experience will build, and you'll gain confidence by having been there and done that in transactions. But something you can do now, right on day one, is you can start to educate yourself. You can educate yourself not only about the transaction process, what contract forms are you going to have to fill out? What steps are you going to have to take to go from, pre-offer all the way through closing day? But you can also educate yourself about the broad real estate industry. It's one of the largest industries in the world. So there is just tons of information, and we'll link to some of that information in the notes of this episode. But it's just so much out there that you can, on your own time, educate yourself about what's going on. You can talk to us about it. You can talk to your counterparts about it. A place where I learned a lot was just finding really good agents that might be working the other end of the deal and have conversations with them about their experiences and what's going on, some challenges or things that they've gone through. And a lot of people are willing to share what
totally
the last 5, 10, 20 years.
Yeah, I remember when I was starting out, I was kind of afraid to ask my attorney or the lender a question because I didn't want them to know that I was just starting out, but they really just want to get the deal done, and they understand everyone starts not knowing much. So they deal with it all the time. So it's better to ask them questions rather than assume you know the answer. And then come maybe closing day or 2 weeks before, you don't have your stuff together to close, and you delay closing because you were too nervous to ask an attorney or a lender a question about the process or really anything.
Absolutely. And that makes me think back to some of my time in the military, where the worst thing you could ever do in a serious situation is be unsure, not ask a question, and then go into a dangerous situation without the answers. And so if you're not willing to stand up and ask that right up front, you're putting yourselves at risk, but you're also putting your clients at risk, which is really the most important thing. And so there's no pride in this industry. It's really about getting things done for our clients, and asking those questions up front through your network of professionals is the most important thing to do. Don't pretend you know everything. None of us do. And that will help you build the confidence to be able to execute these transactions day in and day out and represent clients really well in the future.
Absolutely, absolutely. The one thing I will add to is how to show confidence is not by talking, right? It's by listening, and that will help build trust. And I notice a lot of new agents, they feel the need to fill the air, right? You have to read your clients, listen to them. Don't feel the need to fill the air in a showing or at a client meeting. Listen to what they have to say and respond to what they're saying.
Absolutely. And I'll take that as an indication that we should probably be wrapping up and I should stop talking. So
no, that's not it at all.
Thank you for joining us. That was our seminar on building confidence. We hope you join us next time for more marketing and sales tips.